Before the start of the world-class tennis tournament, as per tradition, a draw was held. The results came out quickly, and one group was dubbed the Group of Death because it was filled with highly skilled players. Upon hearing this, a reporter rushed to the draw venue and captured the reactions of the players who were placed in the Group of Death. While a few top players remained calm, most of the participants sighed in frustration. Competing in such a prestigious tournament was a rare opportunity, and everyone wanted to advance as far as possible. However, looking at the fierce competition in this group, many felt almost hopeless. Why am I so unlucky? I've trained hard for so many years to get this chance, but now my first-round opponents are all so strong. How can I even compete? One player exclaimed, almost shouting in frustration. The young players in this group gathered together, all lamenting their misfortune of ending up in such a tough group. At that moment, the reporter noticed a young man quietly picking up his tennis bag and walking away. The reporter remembered that this young man, named Nadal, was also in the Group of Death. Curious about why Nadal was leaving without complaining like the others, the reporter followed him. The reporter found Nadal in a secluded corner, repeatedly practicing his swings and correcting his mistakes. "Why are you still training when you've been so unlucky to end up in the Group of Death?" the reporter asked as he approached. "I don't know how others view fate, but I believe that as long as you work hard, you can create your own luck," Nadal replied coolly, not looking at the reporter again as he continued to practice. The reporter stood there, watching this young man with a determined look on his face, and pondered his words. On the day of the match, Nadal's performance was initially quite ordinary, and his opponent was clearly much stronger, scoring points easily. However, as time passed, the audience noticed that Nadal was playing with incredible determination. He managed to return shots that everyone thought were impossible to reach, especially after his opponent delivered a brilliant return. Everyone thought Nadal couldn't possibly get to it, but he surprised everyone by diving and returning the ball just before it hit the ground. The crowd fell silent. With dirt smeared on his face, Nadal blew the dust off his arm injury, clenched his fist, and let out a loud shout. His opponent was completely overwhelmed by Nadal's spirit. That day, Nadal's opponent lost, not in terms of skill, but in terms of spirit. The reporter, who was sitting in the stands, was stunned. When he finally snapped out of it, he rushed back to his place and sent the match report to his headquarters. That match made the young Nadal a sensation. Years later, the reporter, now a devoted Nadal fan, wrote in his article, "I admire Nadal not for his skills, but for his spirit. He taught me a fundamental truth. As long as you work hard, your fate will change. Those who strive forward hold the golden key to good fortune. We cannot decide our birth, but we can decide our life. Those who work hard hold the golden key to luck."